Jelena and I used to date back in the day.
No, it's not true. You are very ugly man. I would never touch it.
It's time to play the Snatch game. We are slurping up the jokes this week, and it's time to see who flips and who flops. I'm Anna Rumor with PopCulture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from comicbook.com.
And this is Social Call, where we offer up our unfiltered opinions about RuPaul's Drag Race. And honey, the library is open this week. We're going in on episode 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 16. It's time to see if these girls can make Ru laugh. Nick, what'd you think about our Snatch game this season? Just various noises. It's time for the annual tradition of talking about how bad Snatch Game was this year. But let's talk about the Snatch Game because we've got so much to get into here. Let's start with Tsunami because we're already talking about her. She plays the Gold Tooth Fairy, which is not a character that exists. And I'm curious why she did that when she also clearly didn't know what it was.
Yeah, like, I almost wish she went with just the Tooth Fairy. Maybe there would have been some more, jokes there. But...
Literally, these are the things that we know about her. She is the Tooth Fairy, but the Gold Tooth Fairy. She's collecting teeth and dollar bills and bones. Yeah. And she's rich and she's a hustler, but she's also poor and she's broke. Like, what? I just don't know what we're doing there.
Yeah, like, it sounds like in concept, like you just listing out the things we know about the Gold Tooth Fairy is hilarious. But poor Tsunami, like, these queens just gotta stop making up characters and pick somebody. In that situation, if you're not making Ru laugh, then it's not working.
Exactly. And I feel like another peak example of that is Nymphia Wind, who comes out as Jane Goodall and truly just gives us nature documentary. Like, no real jokes, no, nothing. And I was so upset because this is such an easy character. People kept saying this is a hard character to make funny. It is absolutely not. You pretend that you don't know anything about human life. You pretend to be like an ape woman. That's easy. Pick some bugs. Like,
I think it's what it was. It might have been too high of a concept that she couldn't make wacky. Maybe she didn't do enough with the puppets or something. Yeah, just
she did too much with the puppets.
I don't know. Just something did not work. I felt so bad for Nymphia. I really thought this is going to be another week where it's like, oh, Nymphia says she's not good at something and then she is good at something. But, I guess this really wasn't her strong suit.
It's good to know that she's a human being, though, because
yes,
we finally found a flaw of hers. And it's that stupid banana. I'm over it. The fact that she picked Jane Goodall just because apes and bananas. I was like, girl, if you don't hang up that banana, I'm gonna freak out.
I mean, when she comes out in a banana runway next week, we'll maybe we'll turn.
I can't. I'm allergic to bananas now. All right, let's move on to Q, who plays Amelia Earhart. I have one word for her. Whatever.
Yeah,
I guess that's 2 words.
There's a reason she wasn't in a lot of the edit. It's fine. And this week, fine was enough.
Honestly, I was just mad because there's so much that you could do there. Like, make a coconut crab joke. Make a joke about getting lost on your way to the bathroom or something. I don't know. There's just a lot to do. Put some dirt on your face. Pretend like you just got back from this fabulous vacation. There's just so much to do, and all she did was nothing, really. We had Morphine playing Anna Delvey, and her accent was kind of funny in that it was so bad. Everything else was not funny. It was safe to me. I was surprised she was in the bottom.
Same here, because I also thought she did fine. And,
yeah, it was okay.
Fine was supposed to be okay this week.
She made at least, jokes. She tried.
Yeah, and the accent, I like the accent. I think the fact that it was so bad works, because Anna Delvey, that whole thing, it was a fake accent on purpose, and, it was intentionally bad, and Morphine, I guess, could have played to that a little bit more, maybe change the origin of the accent or something, or, It's just, but it was a joke that didn't go anywhere. It was just, I have money and you don't, and it's like, okay. Yeah.
I liked the one moment where she was like frauding her answer and being like, how much more money do I need to give you for you to be on my side? That was funny. But like, you're right, she should have done more. She should have, every time they should have come to her, she should have had a different accent. Like, there was just so much to work with there. And I think she did okay, but again, like no one did. There were a couple people who did great, but most people just kind of muddled by, and I thought she was one of them.
It was the same case for Plasma, too, who did Patti LuPone, and I was like, is this just Plasma?
Okay, am I nuts, or was that not very Patti LuPone-esque?
I don't know, because that's the thing, like, Patti LuPone, you know, she's a grande dame, you know, it's the same situation, but so is Plasma. So it just kept reading as Plasma to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good pick for her because Plasma is good at playing that kind of character.
Yes.
She played well with the other characters, which is always a tough part of Snatch Game. So I understood why she wasn't anywhere near the bottom. But yeah, no, I mean, it was fine. And I was happy that it was just fine though, because we've been getting a lot of Plasma the last couple weeks, and I feel like having a little bit of a break from her where she's still safe will make us like her more moving forward.
My God.
I'm sorry, does that mean? I didn't mean it that way.
I'm so glad we had a break from Plasma. I mean...
I'm so sorry. I guess that is mean. I didn't even mean it that way. I love you, Plasma. I'm not even trying to be shady, but it's good to have a time away. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Anyways, let's move on to Plain Jane, who played Yelena 𝐏𝐿𝐿. I had never heard of this person before, but she's a Serbian pop star. And apparently she's also like my new idol because Jane was so funny as her. And she seems like the moment.
Total credit where it's due. Once again, you know me, I hate giving Plain Jane credit for being good, but here I am every week going, oh, she's good at what she does. And here, perfect Snatch Game. You take someone who's not really well known to everyone else, but to you, and you add that little spin on it. It gives you so much room to add character. Rue was having a great time. Michelle thought the character was made up completely. And, like, it all worked out for Plain Jane. There were the good reads. Like, where were those during the reading challenge?
She was so quick. Like, some characters, when they do something funny, you're like, okay, you could have thought of that ahead of time. A lot of this, you could tell, was just her off the dome. Like, whenever Morphine said that she had dated Yelena before, she goes, no, you are a very ugly man. That's so funny. BBW, Beautiful Balkan War Survivor. That is hilarious. Do we have to stand Plain at this point? Because I'm there.
I mean, she's top 2, so I think the sooner we get over it, the sooner the better.
You are so right. You're so right. Now, moving on to our fave of the season, one of our faves of the season, we've got Maya Iman LePage playing Trina's cousin, Shaquita. She changed from Tiffany Pollard to this made-up character. And after saying, I want queens to stop making up characters, I take it back because this was really funny. It was a weird choice, but I loved it.
Same here. I don't know. It's tough because, you know, New York is also very, very funny. She is incredible, but she's also a completely different personality from Maya. So I'm glad she didn't go that route because Tiffany Pollard is not only quick, she's also very, very loud, very fast, and and very biting. So that could have gone south. It could have been mean instead of funny. And so I'm glad Maya chose this route. She was having fun and it was just fine. That's another one where it's like, yeah, it was fine. And here this week, fine meant a lot.
Yeah, fine meant the top for her. I mean, but I thought it was just so funny to see her like bouncing up and down with her big fake breastplate and like, do you rap? No, I do hair and nails and I live in Miami. I don't know why. Watching Maya do it, it was just such a delight. I just love her. My Maya bias is jumping out. I apologize.
Yeah, it's real and it's here, you know, and it's the same thing for Sapphira Cristál, who did James Brown, which is, you know, whenever someone takes on a male persona, it could go either way. But thankfully, Sapphira killed it.
I am never nervous for Sapphira. She is so funny. James Brown was such a good choice. Ru's first ever concert. She was playing back and forth with Ru about her character shoes. And no, I haven't seen you since 1969. So funny. And then we get to Dawn, who plays Meghan McCain, which like for 5 seconds, she didn't do any kind of voice or affectation. She made one joke about The View. It was okay, and I thought it was such a waste of a good choice.
Yeah, I totally forgot she was in Snatch Game. I was like, oh, right, Dawn is also there.
Let's move on to the runway before we talk about our tops and our bottoms for the week. I thought this was a cool runway theme. It's Dancing Queen. They have to choose a style of dance and come out and do it in their outfits. I thought that was cool. We haven't seen anything like that before. And we start off with Q as the robot. I can recognize that it is a cool look, but I do not like it.
Yeah, it reminded me of Gottmik's crash test dummy look from a few seasons back, you know, with like the braids on the top and the bodysuit. And it's cute. I said this in the previous episode too. Please go check that one out if you want to learn more. But Q is plateauing, unfortunately. Like she's served us so much steak every week that it's like, oh, another steak. Cool.
Tsunami, though, she comes out in this salsa number that is just dripping in silver, tassel, and sparkle, and I forgave her for the Golden Tooth Fairy. She looked so beautiful, like ethereal.
Oh my god, every time she comes out, it's just all the cartoon noises, the yowzas, the yawoogas, the wolf howls, she's so gorgeous every time, and here is no different.
Nymphia, though. Speaking of a wonderful runway, she fully saved herself as Jane Goodall, coming out in this Japanese Buto outfit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Something we've never seen before in the runway. Like nothing even in the same category.
1000%. It's sort of like Sapphira's last week with the whole flower thing.
Yeah.
Where my first thought was like, how did you even bring that over here?
She crafted it with sticks from around the workroom. I have no idea. Like it's nuts.
Like of course that saved her. Like of course. You look at that and you can't put her at the bottom. I know we're jumping ahead with that, but it's just you look at it, you're like, okay, yeah. This is what this is where you excel, Nymphia, and wow.
Dawn, I don't have a ton to say about what she wore. She came out in this polka outfit. It's not really like an elevated polka outfit, though. It's just Dawn in like a polka outfit.
It's cute, but also it's another thing where it's fine. She did fine enough to be safe this week, and that's really all you could ask for with Snatch Game, just to be safe.
Well, I disagree with you there, but we'll talk about that in a second. Because we had Sapphira come out in this Drag You Majorette outfit. I love this. The hair was amazing. The tassels, the one leg out, her character shoes with the little covers on them. I love her. She's so perfect.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about Drag You in a long time, so
no one
thank
has.
so thank you, Sapphira. I really, like I was saying before, I really thought this look combined with the Snatch Game would get her the win this week, because I really, really liked it. She looked great. The tassels, the little details, so good.
Plasma comes out next in her tap outfit. She would choose tap, and she's very talented at tap dancing, and I don't care about this outfit. I like the stone tights, that's it.
Yeah, like I kept getting distracted because it's like a jacket. Like, is there going to be a reveal coming? Does she have a better outfit under it? And no, she did not.
Plasma just catching strays this entire recap. She was like barely in the episode, and we just can't stop hating on her.
Oh my god, that's so right. See, like I've contributed to that too. Oh, we're sorry, Plasma. We love you.
Yes, we do.
Plasma's clearly top 4, so she'll be fine.
Exactly. She's okay. She's doing fine. More Morphine, however, is not so much. She comes out in this flamenco outfit. She looks beautiful always from here to here, and then she never aligns her outfits, and it drives me nuts.
I do have to admit, I was distracted for the first, I totally forgot. I was just kind of mesmerized by her face, because once again, she just delivers, and she looked absolutely gorgeous. And then I was like, oh, right, she has the rest of the outfit on.
Honestly, though, that's that face will get you anywhere. That face card does not decline, but I immediately clocked the unlined skirt. I was like, Morphine, stop doing that to me. Oh my God. And Maya stopped doing this to me with her 90s hip hop outfit. Carson described it as ketchup and mustard meets pirate. And there's no more accurate way to describe this. I don't really know what it was.
I wish she had chosen a more specific, artist or group to kind of, rather than the era, because the era really was all over the place. Good hair, though. I did like the mullet she had going on.
Yeah, I love the mullet, but I was like, I swear I was alive for this time period, and this looks like nothing I've ever seen. Plane comes out finally in this Latin ballroom look, which Michelle had the audacity to say was not ballroomy enough, despite the fact that we know that Plane was actually a ballroom dancer for years. And she had the grace to not say anything about it. So, I thought it was beautiful. So
I get what Michelle was getting at.
Really?
Yeah, because this seemed kind of plain. When stacked up against when stacked up against Tsunami, who looked absolutely gorgeous, and then it's a different type of ballroom look, but it's missing that little bit of zazz.
I think you're right, especially compared to Tsunami, where it's wow, and then Plane comes out and it's oh, you look nice. Okay, so when it comes to the tops and the bottoms for the week, I agreed with the tops and I was shocked at the bottoms. The tops, we've got Plane, Sapphira, and Maya, with Plane taking the win. I kind of wanted Sapphira to win, but also Plane did a great job, and I can understand them wanting to bring Plane into the kind of winner's circle as the season progresses.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense if you're just awarding Snatch Game, because Sapphira's James Brown was great, but Plane did do better in the Snatch Game. Sapphira did better in the runway, but if it's a Snatch Game win, it really makes sense for Plane to win.
Happy for Maya to be in the top too. I love that they loved her redemption journey as much as we did, and I'm scared for her next week that they're just gonna send her home. What did you think about the bottoms being Tsunami, Nymphia, and Morphine, though? Because for me, I would have put Dawn there instead of Morphine. Morphine did fine. She was doing stuff at least.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? It's when you have, Tsunami unfortunately did deserve to be there, and Nymphia saved herself with that runway. Otherwise, she would have been lip syncing too. That would have been it. But Morphine did fine, and fine enough to leave an impression, right? And this is where I 100% agree that maybe it should have been Dawn or Plasma, who were just kind of there, and I forgot about them. But, unfortunately, it also did kind of make sense, where it's because Morphine did bomb more so than succeeded.
But I prefer a swing and a miss than no swing at all. And I felt that's what Dawn was doing. Dawn and Q. They said two things and barely talked ever again. It's I want our queens to be able to go for it without fear of going home necessarily.
Yeah, and that is the issue, because, when it came to the actual lip sync with Tsunami and Morphine, it's probably my favorite lip sync of the season, but Tsunami Tsunami was clearly ready to go home, which is the unfortunate thing. I
know. You could tell. She was sad during it. I got emotional during this. As they were having their little bestie moments throughout, I was tearing up. Is that just me? It was her time to go home, because you could see Morphine was splitting and sliding and kicking, and Tsunami, like we said, had kind of given up. But I was still sad to see her go.
Yeah, Tsunami was kind of hyping up Morphine during the lip sync too, which was also a sign of, okay, she was ready to go. And it's unfortunate, because I am gonna miss seeing her on the runway, because she just really turned it out every week, and we are, as a collective, we're gonna miss out on those. But out of anybody, I guess this makes sense. Now that we're getting serious, we're getting the standout personalities, and unfortunately being safe every week just wasn't cutting it.
Next week, we've got another design challenge. These judges are conspiring against Maya. They want her to go home, and they will not let her. But it's going to be a neo-goth design challenge, which is going to be really fun. I love that theme, and I think we're going to find some really interesting new looks with it.
Oh, absolutely. It's time for the Black Parade. It's time for this is our era, you know?
Yes, it is. Oh, Nick, we should dress up next week. We may or may not be wearing costumes next week, but we will definitely be recapping. So follow along with us, like and subscribe down below. Drop a comment. What'd you think about the Snatch game? And then we will see you next week. So until then, farewell and goodbye.